I was cleaning my office yesterday and I found a bunch of old hard drives and I would plug them in to see if they worked. And most of them didn't power on or whatever. They're quite old. So just dead drive. So setting those aside. But this one, which has a FireWire interface, but also had a USB interface. So I plugged it in, connected it. Didn't seem to do anything. But I got a message from my operating system saying the drive had disconnected. So that means it had some life. I plugged it into a more stable power and plugged it back into the computer, and lo and behold, it turned on. And on there was a folder called Crab Island. Crab Island is a film I wrote, funded, spent over a year on pre-production, and attempted to shoot here in New Zealand. And it failed so spectacularly that I more or less gave up my film career and went into computer programming instead. I did not expect to find this movie. I have a copy of the entire film, or the footage from the film, sitting on a hard drive on a shelf in my garage. I did not know I had a backup. The one on my shelf I've never opened, I've never touched. So when I saw that I actually had a copy of the footage on here, I'm like, well, I might as well keep it safe. So I backed it up and I put it onto the storage system in my network. I haven't opened the footage yet. I did look at one shot because there's one shot in there which I wish, if the movie did come out, it definitely would have been the shot everyone talked about. It's one of the bloodiest, goriest effects I've ever done, and it's gorgeous. But yeah, it's been hard. So this was unexpected to find that. I don't know what I'm going to do. The actors, one of them every now and then over the years kind of comes at me and asks me if, he could have the footage or if I'm going to do anything with it and all this. And it's really tricky. It's hard because it ended so poorly. And it caused me to walk away. I won't get into all the details of that in this episode. If this is a story worth telling, or if I feel the courage to open up the footage and have a look, I'll go more into it. I would like to think there's a world at some point where I could release the movie or remake the movie or do something. It really was a heartbreaker because I went to school for film. This is what I did up until that point. And I moved to another country. I came from California, moved to New Zealand, and worked in the film industry. And I was so excited to be here because like-minded people who just want to get their fingernails dirty and go out and make movies. But sometimes those things don't always work out. And you're as strong as your weakest link. And I owe a lot of it. I thought everybody had the same enthusiasm about making product as I did, but I forgot this was my baby. It was nobody else's baby. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know I found this. I had thought about doing a series around this film. It's really hard for me to talk about. It's really, really hard for me to talk about, which is why I haven't ever mentioned it. Even to friends and family, they ask and I don't talk about it. My kids don't even know I've done it, and they're 15 years old. So, yep, I have found my movie. I have backed up the footage, so it is a bit more secure now. I always kind of assumed that one day I would grab the one off my shelf in the garage, find out the hard drives were dead, and be like, well, that's the end of that story, and be able to move on. It's been kind of Schrodinger's cat. If I don't open it, I don't have to worry about, if the footage is there or not. But now that I have it, it's going to be a can of worms. So it'll be Pandora's box now if I open it, of frustration and emotion and excitement and joy and all those things.